Trait number one, passion. All of these people have discovered a reason, a consuming, energizing, almost obsessive purpose that drives them to do, to grow, and to be more. It gives them the fuel that power their success, train and cause them to tap their true potential. It's passion that causes a Petros to continuously drive headfirst into second pace as if he were a rookie playing his first major league game. It's passion that set the action of Lee Lecoco apart from so many others. It's passion that drives the computer scientist through years of dedication to create the kind of breakthrough that have put men and women in outer space and brought them back. It's passion that causes people to stay up late and get up early. It's passion that people want in their relationship. Passion gives life power and juice and meaning. There is no greatness without a passion to be great, whether it's the aspiration of an athlete or an artist, scientist, a parent, or a businessman. We will discover how to unleash this inner force through the power of God. Trait number two, belief. Every religious book on the planet talks about the power and effect of faith and belief on mankind. People who succeed on a major scale differ greatly in their belief from those who fail. Our belief about what we are and what we can be precisely determine what we will be. If we believe in magic, we will live a magical life. If we believe our life is defined by narrow limits, we have suddenly made those limits real. What we believe to be true, what we believe is possible, becomes what true becomes what's possible. This book will provide you with a specific scientific way to quickly change your belief so that they support you in the attainment of your almost desired goal. Many people are passionate, but because of their limiting belief about who they are and what they can do, they never took the action that could make their dream a reality. People who succeed know what they want and believe that they can get it. We will learn about what beliefs are and how to use them. Passion and belief help to provide the fuel, the propulsion toward excellence. But propulsion is not enough. If it were, it would be enough to fuel a rocket and send it flying blindly toward heaven. Beside that power, we need a path, an intelligent sense of logical progression to succeed in hitting our target we need. Trait number three, strategy. A strategy is a way of organizing resource. When Steve Spielberg decided to become a filmmaker, he mapped out a course that would lead to the world and he wanted to conquer. He figured out what he wanted to learn, whom he needed to know, and what he needed to do. He had passion, he had belief, he had also the strategy that made those things work to their greatest potential. Ronald Reagan has developed certain communication strategy that he uses on a constant basis to produce the result he desires. Every great entertainer, politician, parent, or employer know it's not enough to have the resources to succeed. One must use those resources in the most effective way. A strategy is a recognition that the best talent and ambitions also need to find the right avenue. You can open the door by breaking it down, or you can find the key that open it intact. We'll learn about the strategy that produced excellent result as well. Trait number 4: clarity of values. When we think of things that made America great, we think of things like patriotism and pride, a sense of tolerance, and a love of freedom. These things are value, the fundamental, ethical, moral, practical judgment we make about what importance, what really matter, value our specific belief system we have about what is right and wrong for our lives. They are the judgment we make about what make life worth living. Many people do not have a clear idea of what is important to them. Often individuals do think that afterward they are unhappy with themselves about simply because they are not clear about what they unconsciously believe is right for them and others. When we look at great success, they are almost always people with a clear fundamental sense about what really matters. Think of Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther, John Bailey, Jane Fonda. They all have had different vision, but what they have in common is a fundamental moral grounding, a sense of who they are and why they do what they do. An understanding of value is one of most rewarding and challenging key to achieving excellence. We will consider value in the next chapter as well. As you have probably noticed, all these traits feed on intellect, interact with one another. Is passion affected by belief? Of course it is. The more we believe we can accomplish something, the more we have usually willing to invest in its achievements. Is belief by itself enough to achieve excellence? It's a good start. But if you believe you are going to see a sunrise and your strategy for achieving the goal is to being run west, you may have some difficulty. Are our strategy for success affected by our value? You bet. If your strategy for success requires you to do things that do not fit your unconscious belief about what is right and wrong for your life, then even the best strategy will not work. This is often seen in individuals who began to succeed only to end up sabotaging their own success. The problem is there is internal conflict between individual value and their strategy for achievement. In the same way, all four of things we have already considered are inseparable from trait number 5: energy. Energy can be thundering, joyous commitment of a Bruce Springsteen, a Tina Turner. It can be the entrepreneurial dynamic of Donald Trump or Steve Jobs. It can be the vitality of Ronald Reagan, Hepburn. It's almost impossible to amble toward excellence. People of excellence take opportunity and shape them. They live as if obsessed with the wondrous opportunity of each day and recognition that the one thing no one has enough of is time. There are many people in this world who have a passion they believe in. They know a strategy that would ensure it, and their values are aligned, but they just don't have the physical vitality to take action on what they know. Great success is inseparable from the physical, intellectual, spiritual energy that allows us to make the most of what we have. In trait number 6, bonding power. Nearing all successful people have in common extraordinary ability to bond with others, the ability to connect with and develop a rapport with people from a variety of background and belief. Sure, there is occasional made genius who invest something that change the world. But if the genius spend all time in lonely barren, he will succeed on one level but fail on many others. The great success, Canadian King, Reagan, Gandhi, all have the ability to form bond that unite them to millions of others. The greatest success is not on the stage of the world. It is in the deepest recess of your own heart. Deep down, everyone needs to form lasting loving bonding with other. Without that, any success, any excellence is hollow indeed. The final key trait is something we talked about earlier. Trait number 7, mastery of communication. This is the essence of what this book is about. The way we communicate with others and the way we communicate with ourselves ultimately determine the quality of our lives. People who succeed in life are those who have learned how to take any challenge that life gives them and communicate that experience to themselves in a way that causes them to successfully change things. People who fail take the adversity of life and accept them as limitation. The people who shape our lives and our culture are also master of communication to others. What they have in common is the ability to communication, a vision, or a quest, or a joy, or a mission. Mastery of communication is what makes a great parent, or a great artist, or a great politician, or a great teacher. Almost every chapter in this book, in one way or another, has to do with communication, with bridging gap, with building new path, and with sharing new vision. The first part of this book will teach you how to take charge and run your own brain and body more effectively than ever before. We will be working with factors that affect the way you communicate with yourself. In the second section, we will be studying how to discover what you really want out of life and how you can communicate more effectively with others, as well as how to be able to anticipate the kind of behavior the different kind of people will constantly create. The third section look from a larger, more global perspective at how we behave, what motivates us, and what we can contribute on a broader, extra personal level. It's about taking the skill you have learned and becoming a leader. When I wrote this book, my original goal was to provide a textbook for human development, a book that would be packed with the best and the latest in human change technology. I wanted to arm you with the skill and strategy that would enable you to change anything you wanted to change and to do it faster than you have ever dreamed of before. I wanted to create an opportunity for you in every concrete way to immediately increase the quality of your life experience. I also wanted to create a work you could come back to again and again, always find something useful for your life. I knew that many of the subjects I would be writing about you could be book in themselves. However, I wanted to give you information that was complete, something you could use in each area. I hope you find these books to be all these things for you. When the manuscript was completed, the advanced reading were very positive, except for one thing. Several people said, "You have got two books here. Why don't you split them up? Publish one now and market the other one as a follow-up 12 months later." My goal was to get to you, the reader, as much quality information as quickly as I could. I do not want to dole out the skill a piece at a time. However, I became concrete that many people would not even get to the part of the book that I think or most important, simply because it was explained to me that several studies have shown that less than 10% of the people who buy a book read past the first chapter. At first, I couldn't believe that statistic. Then I remember that less than 3% of the nation is financially independent, less than 10% have written gold, and only 35% of American women, even fewer men, feel they are in good physical shape. In many states, 1 out of every 2 marriages end up in divorce. Only a small percentage of people really live the life of their dream. Why? It's take effort, it's take consistent action. Bunker Hunt, and Texas oil billionaire, was asked once if he had any one piece of advice he could give people on how to succeed. He said that success is simple. First, you decide what you want specifically, and second, you decide you are willing to pay the price to make it happen, and then pay that price. If you don't take that second step, you will never have what you want in the long term. I like to call the people who know what they want and are willing to pay the price to get it the few who do versus the many who talk. I challenge you to play with this material, to read it all, to share what you learn, and to enjoy it. In this chapter, I have stressed the primacy of taking effective action, but there are many ways to take action. Most of them depend on a large degree of trial and error. Many people who have been great success have adjusted and readjusted countless times before they got what they want. Trial and error is fine, except for one thing. It's using a vast quality of the one resource none of us will ever have enough of time. What if there was a way to take action that accelerate the learning process? What if I could show you how to learn the precise lesson that people of excellence have already learned? What if you could learn in minute what someone took you year to perfect? The way to do this is through modeling, a way to reproduce precisely the excellence of others. What do they do that set them apart from those who only dream of success? Let's discover.